Have you noticed that? Yeah, I work at Pizza Hut. Driving for Pizza Hut while I work my way through college, so don't get it twisted. Um, have you noticed that when a flat Earth takes on an argument, they will attack anything they can, anything, especially the ad hom approach, but they will attack it. Why? So if they can attack you, then basically make you not feel, but make you look like anything other than a perfect human being with all the knowledge possible, they will. And then they try to present themselves as the perfect, intelligent human being that knows all this stuff about physics. And all the while, they say stuff that goes completely contrary to physics, somehow as though we're supposed to just believe them, because the burden of proof isn't on them, so they're just going to say, no, that isn't how it works. They're not going to take the proof that was given for whatever that phenomenon or that physical property was, or physical parameter. They're not going to debunk that. They're not going to test that. They're not going to show you where it went wrong. It always boils down to a verbal. It really is. It's never taking the actual thing that they're debunking, let's say, and showing you how that was wrong. Which to me seems pretty, I don't know, elementary if you think about it. Like, if you really care about telling people the truth, then don't you think what your tack should be is to go out and read about what it is they're telling you, and then take that experiment, take all the observational data, and recreate it, and show how it was wrong. Why don't you guys ever do that? I mean, let's look at D. Marble, arguably one of your countrymen's finest individuals in terms of trying. The guy's always out there doing something. Or even Anthony Subarat's out there trying their might, they're trying their hardest, giving it that old fighter's try to prove with some sort, and also Phuket Word, with these experiments. But none of these experiments are taking apart the science that they're trying to speak against. They come up with new ways of explaining their reality. Now, of course, that's what we expect. We want that. But here's the problem with those things. They don't match reality. So what happens when a flat earther actually does anything physical to prove that they're correct about any of it? It never matches reality. Or they've done some tricks to make sure that the reality of it is obscured to fit their rhetoric. And what do I mean by that? Well, you can see Bob the Science Guy pretty much take down Phuket Word's perspective argument with his lighters. Of course, you don't see Phuket Word coming back on it because he knows better. But you can see Bob systematically take it down. So when you do an experiment, the globe earther can come back immediately and show you where you went wrong. And it's not even hard. So it makes me want to say, what are you doing? Now, I'll get these haters that will come back with things like, oh, look at you on your phone, like all the people in the car. And even haters from my side of the argument will say that to me. Like somehow I'm not valid or whatever because I'm just like them. But I just got to say one thing about that. If I can do this to come down to their level, then they should be able to listen to me, since I'm just like their famous friends, like that guy or Nathan Thompson. I'm just on my phone like those dudes. Very relatable, apparently, according to Flat Earth research that I've done, that this is what you're going to see from your Flat Earthers. So why wouldn't they relate to it? Again, I don't like to put a lot of effort into these things because they're just thoughts that I have. I noticed that the Flat Earthers tend to make a lot of arguments that involve a lot of personal attacks, and they never actually spend any time trying to actually tear down the science that they so vehemently hate. And at the same time, when you say that, they've gotten really good at this other argument, which is the burden of proof isn't on me. And I'm just going to say this, even if you haven't listened to this far, which you probably haven't. The burden of proof for anybody is on, or the burden of proof rather, is on anybody who makes a statement, whether that statement be, I believe this to be true, or I believe this to not be true. That burden of proof becomes yours because you're saying something, and in some cases you're saying things that don't agree with consensus or science. So hell yeah, the burden of proof is on you. You've said something. Now prove it. Now why would I say that? Well, because everything the flat earthers say never has any documented proof. All of the documented proof that's been done is documented. You can read about it. You can test it. It's all been done by scientists who had the burden of proof, by the way, then went to see it, provided it, and now you're saying, nuh-uh. So now you need to prove that you're correct in all of your assertions that science got it wrong. The burden of proof is on everybody who makes a claim. So stop bitching about the science that's out there if you cannot provide reasoning, intelligent reasoning, mind you, for it. Okay? Stop it. Get out of your parents' basement. I'm trying to think of the guy's name that's always looking like that. It's like David something. Get out of your parents' basement. Get out of your car. Who am I to say that? Whatever. I don't have much time these days. That's why I'm here. Get out of your car. Go do something to say, look, this is how I know this isn't true. Until you can do that, why don't you take the other option and just shut the hell up?